Hello, good evening. Welcome again to the JavaScript second day. और second day आ गए हो तो मतलब सीख के ही जाओगे. That's nice. Okay, so I think yesterday we have just covered all kind of basic stuff and how things actually work. And throughout the course, I'm going to also like sparkle you some extra knowledge about the JavaScript because yesterday I think we just like learned about only compiler and also the only the we have just scratched the surface. But from today itself we are going to dig deep down into the at some of the advanced topics, some of more basic stuffs. So let's start. uh, I think some of you people are really excited for the day two. Okay, then yesterday we got to know about the variables, and let me recap. Uh, as for now, variables are just a placeholder for some values. Okay, I think till now you understand everything about this particular line. I have like literally repeated this line a lot of time. Okay, so variable is just a placeholder for a value, and value can be anything like 0, 1, 2, 3, or something like this string. Okay, that's nice. And this part I feel like we have understood. Also, I have told you about some of the operators. Operators, what were the operators? Operators were just some kind of tokens that perform some operation between two data types or values. Let me show you an example again so that you can rewind everything in your mind. Okay, so let me perform some action. Result equals to num plus 1 num2. So this is our operation we are performing on number 1 and number 2. Basically it's number 1 and number 2, and the operator we are using is a arithmetic operator, actually a addition operator. And we also had some of the operators like star, division, and all kind of operators. Okay, today we are going to learn about data types and what actually is data type. Till now, let me show you an example. Let's start from the beginning. Let me make a number. Okay, num1 equals to 0 or something like 10. 10 sounds good to me. Okay, then let's make a string. It's just a variable with name str. Can you notice there is a little bit difference in both these variables? Even if both of them are just a variable, but there is a difference between them. And the difference is num1 is basically a number, and we haven't used quotation around it, isn't it? And str is also a variable, but it's a kind of different kind of variable. What this actually means? Okay, so this actually are called data types. Okay, so this is called basically data types. Data types. So by the name, you can easily understand data type is the type of data. And what is data? These values are the data. So the type of these values, the type of 10, 10 is a value, and the type of 10 is integer, a number basically. So we can say that the type of this particular thing is number. So what is its data type is going to be a number, and in the terms of programming language we call it integer. Int, basically in a short form we call int, and basically it's an integer. And here in this case it's also a value, and type of this value is basically some letters, and in the context of programming language we called it string. So the type of this value is a string, and type of this value is integer. Similarly, we have more types. To be exact, we have around 7 or 8 data types. Let me show you some of the data types in the JavaScript. Data types of JavaScript. Okay, so here's the list of all the data types. These are the list of data types, and no need to worry about memorizing each of the data type. You are going to be get familiar with these data types as we are moving along with the course, and because we are going to perform actions on these data types. So now the question arrives, why do we have data types? Everything was working fine without these data types. We could just store some values in some variable and life was going so good. Then now what is the use of data types? We have like the concept of data types actually is introduced just to perform, like to just to validate and perform actions, operations, actually to be operations on some variables. Let me show you. Let's assume there is a number. Let me comment this part, and I hope you remember about the comments are the part of code that JavaScript just ignores and moves on. Okay, so let me show you an example. 10 is a number and let 20 is a number. Until now, we were just doing result equals to number 1 plus number 2, and we were just logging it out to the console panel. Okay, I think if I do this thing again, you are going to be so get bored easily. Okay, let me open this console and refresh this, and you got 30. But now the question is, what happens if number 1 is actually a string, like hello? Now what is going to happen? Like hello is going to be added with 10, and I don't think this is possible. Like you can't add a number and some words, but let's still try and see what's the output here. So we got some weird jargish, and that's 10 hello. It's something like this. Anything it could be. Like I could do this, and I could get this output. So to prevent, or actually to handle these kind of things, we introduced the concept of data types. Basically, I had never introduced it. The basically the inventor of JavaScript did this part. Okay, so the thing is, we have introduced the concept of data types so that we can perform valid operations on valid data types, so that we can perform number plus number if both of these variables are of data type integers. So this is the basic concept. And also, by using the data types, we can validate the data. This thing may sound silly to you right now, but as our project is going to be in a larger scale, then the type of data matters a lot. For example, when you are storing a lot of data in your database, then every byte of information is very important. So that's why we have concept of data types, so that no two different kind of data types can interact in a haywire manner with each other. That's why, so that we can control the interaction between two variables, two values. So this is the whole concept of data types. I am going very slow. I am going with really very basic terms, but don't be fooled by the term basic, because these are the real concept that works behind every programming language. Okay, so now till now we have known about two data types. One is integer. This is a number. Basically, number is an integer, and this is a string. This kind of variables or values are called a string. Now we also have some more kind of data types. Like this is called a Boolean data type. Bool, we can call it, is true or false. We can name it anything. Let me name it anything. Okay, its name is anything, and this its data type is Boolean. Why? Because it can contain only two kind of value, true and false. Okay, till now just understand what is the concept. You don't have to memorize everything. True or false. So any kind of variable that have that is storing a value of true or false is of data type Boolean. Okay, again, now then we have data type of float. Let me name it anything float. And what is this float? F anything, float, float. And float is just same as number. Only difference is it have a decimal part. Notice, in the case of num1, there was no decimal part, but in the case of float, we have a decimal part. So any number, if there is some decimal place, there is some decimal part, that's why we call it a float. And I think that's these four data types enough for you right now. So we are going to move ahead. Let me show you. Okay, there are little bit there are two or three more data types, but let me just show you. But don't get worried about. There is a data type called null. Okay, let me name it var1. Var1, or its data type, this is called a null data type. There is also data type called undefined, Okay, this is also a data type basically. So these are two more data types, and there is also a data type called array. Okay, so this is a array. Let me just show you. Let's just go through each and every type of data type one by one, and I'm going to explain you each and every data type, and this is called object data type. Let obj to, and why there is error. Okay, so this is an object data type. For now, you just have to remember these four. Okay, throughout this course we are going to handle these five also. So these are also some data types, but basically you are going to use all of them. Basically you are going to use all of them. Don't memorize anything, don't remember everything by heart. You have to understand things. So now you understand the concept of data type. Why do we have data type? Now moving ahead, our so we have completed variables, data types, we have console log things, we have added some number. Now let's move to operators. So till now you have just have got familiar with arithmetic operators. So these are some arithmetic operators: multiply, divide, mod. I'm going to tell you about these operator one by one. Now we are moving ahead with some more advanced operators. So for that, let make some variable. Let's make a variable a equals to 10 and b equals to 5, and let's perform each and every operation one by one. Okay, so I think you know about the plus. I have told you about the minus, multiplication, division. I think till here you know about. And then what is this thing? This percentage sign. Actually this operator is called mod operator. So there is a slight difference between mod operator and division operator. In the case of division operator, we get the result of the division, but in the case of mod operator we get the remainder of the division. Let me show you. Okay, let's open this and let me keep it here. In the case 1, we are going to divide 10 by 5. What's the answer is going to be? I hope you people know answer is going to be 2. Okay, but in the case of 10 divided by 5, what was the remainder? Actually, remainder was 0. So let's check. And the mod is going to give us the remainder of this particular division, and we got 0. Let's change the number to 4. 10 divided by 4, what's going to be the remainder? Remainder is going to be 2. So this is the use of this mod operator. Now these five operators are arithmetic operators because they perform some kind of arithmetic operation between two or more variables of data type integers. Now let us do one more thing. Remember, previously we tried to edit a string with a number, and suddenly we got some kind of thing that was the mixture of both the thing. So what was that? So that was actually hello world, I am. Okay, so here we are. Let me fix my names. Okay, now let's try to add these things. We are going to store the result. I hope you remember, we have to store the result somewhere, otherwise we are not going to get the result. The operation is going to be performed, but we have to store the result somewhere. Let's plus str2. So let's try to add these two strings. Basically these two strings are of data type. Let's console.log result, and let's see what is going to be the output. So I got an output of hello world, I am Sanjay. So this is actually is the concatenation of the string. So now we got to know this. If we are going to add to string, the plus operator is not going to add this string, it's just going to join the string. Okay, so it's the plus operator have a special use case in this case, that in the case of number it is going to just add the number, but in the case of string it's going to join the string. So it's a let me join these two string also. These are also string. This is also a string. Basically we have just used it directly without storing it in some variable. We have just used directly the values, and let's see the output. And we got hello world without a space because this operator have just joined the string. And let's try what happens if we try to do minus. Let's refresh, and we got something NaN. What is this NaN stands for? NaN stands for not a number. NaN. By the way, it is also a kind of data type. N is an A is a data type, and its name is not a number. So just now we find out. Let's try star again. Okay, let's do asterisk to multiply. Minus was very much unsuccessful. Let's try star or multiplication. We got same output NaN. Let's try division, and we got same output. So till now we have just uh, came to know that only the plus operator is have some special ability to join the string. Any other arithmetic operator other than plus operator don't have these kind of special superpowers. Okay, so till now I think you have understood about some of these operations, and because of the like the properties, because of those data types, we are actually to do these kind of operations. Let's assume in some case there was no data type, then JavaScript won't be able to understand what are these two values are type of, and the operation was not going to be performed like in a similar way. I'm just trying to make you understand why we have data types, because I feel like in the as most of the beginners, in starting they just feel like, why do we have data concept or data types? Uh, what is this actually thing is useful for? That's why I'm just trying to make you understand that it's very necessary to have a type of any kind of data. Okay. NaN isn't a number. Yes, it's not a number. NaN is not a number. If you just, it's a short form. Extension name, please be showing the automatic suggestion. I feel like you people, everyone just want to know my name. Basically, it's a AI autocorrect, so that's why it's helping me out with. Camera is stuck. Okay, sorry. Please check your YouTube chat. Just give me a second. I think my camera got stuck. I don't know why and how this happened. Let me restart it again. Just give me a minute. I'm facing this problem today a lot. Let me. Okay, let's just stop it for today. I'm going to fix this tomorrow. Okay, so today you are not going to see my face. I'm sorry. Can we store? Okay. So what's the question? Can we store two functions same time? I am not able to understand your question, Pianki. Can we store two functions same time? What does it actually mean? Please explain the your question, and where we can find the assignment post. You can find the assignment post in the group. Please do visit the group. Yeah, sure. I'm going to show you my extension list. I think it's and you can take reference day by one. You can solve upload. Okay, no. I'm sorry, I didn't understand float. Where to use it? Okay, I'm gonna tell you again this. Sir, anything क्यों डाला Boolean आया आ गया ना? Okay. And let variable can be changed later applying the somebody answered the difference between let and const, and yes my but laptop isn't working. Okay, let me resolve your some of your doubts. First, let what's the difference between let and const? Let me make a variable 1. Okay, so in this case we have defined that num is going to be a variable. How? Because we have mentioned let keyword before it. So now JavaScript knows let that number is going to be a variable. But if we define a variable using let keyword, we can change the value of num anywhere in our program. We can change the value of our program. I was going to explain you this uh, tomorrow, but I feel like if you people are having doubt, let me clear it today only. So let me open this. You people are able to see my screen? Yes, you are. Okay, here we are, and let me refresh it, and we got the output that's actually the last digit, the last time we have reassigned it. So this is called assignment, 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 and we are just assigning this number. And what we are actually doing, we are reassigning. We are changing the value of number num by 1 to 45, 5, 6, 6, 7, and these kind of thing. But what happens? There is also a keyword called const, same as let. It's also used to define a variable, but there is a difference that any variable that is defined by using const keyword, it cannot be reassigned. This is going to throw an error. Let me show you. So we got an uncaught type error assignment to a constant variable. So whenever there is a requirement that you have to define a variable that you don't want to be changed while your program is running, then you should use const instead of let. But in our case, we are changing our value of number. Actually, we are reassigning the value of number again and again. That's why we are using let keyword. In some cases, like in the case of value of pi, okay, so in the case of pi, I don't feel like a value of pi is going to be changed anytime soon. So that's why we are defining it as a constant variable, so that if in any case down the line, if by mistake or by any, oh, it's 1 4, we couldn't change it, we can't change the value of pi. So that's the reason of using const. So this is the basic difference of let and const. And is okay. Yesterday somebody was asking, is DSA is important for web development? Okay, listen to me. Basically, DSA is you have to learn DSA, and don't worry. You I think you can find some of the courses in Let's Upgrade also. And so basically, DSE, you have to learn DSE because to compete in competitive exams, to clear the interviews and all kind of these stuff. Basically, you won't need DSA to design a website, to design a backend, but it is going to increase your problem solving skills. So basically, this is the reason companies ask you about DSA questions. If we have two function variable, can we store it one by one? If we have to function variable, okay, constant हम जब यूज करें जब हमें पता है कि चेंज नहीं होगा. हाँ, exactly, Arjun. I have installed Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm going to tell you how to install the Visual Studio Code and what are the extension I'm using. Half of the chat is just, yeah, let is a keyword, yes. We Mirahmad, sorry if I misspelled your name. If we have two function variable, can we store it in it by one variable? I think you're asking about functions. And if your question is related to functions, don't worry. We are going to complete our session of function tomorrow. We are. I hope your doubt will be get resolved tomorrow. So if your question is about function, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say. And to install the Visual Studio Code, just visit the official. Look, you can use any kind of text editor of your choice. Like I won't judge you if you are using Sublime text editor or something like IntelliJ or something. But in case if you are using Notepad++, let me ask you, what are you doing with your life? Please do install Visual Studio Code, because obviously it's the best text code editor. I'm not judging you, but still, just download the Visual Code from the official website and just install it simply. And initially you are going to get a setup, very basic setup in Visual Studio Code, and you have to just modify it as like your own requirement. So that's the reason my Visual Studio Code is little bit different than normal Visual Studio Code, because I have modified it according to my need. ES6 concept will you going to be covered in this 5-day session. Look, I'm going to introduce you ES6 syntax and both ES5 syntax, but for the deeper learning and to get more advanced concept, please do enroll in the course. And by the way, please do visit our group link for the one-to-one mentoring session, and everything about your doubts regarding the session is going to be cleared in the group. So please do join the group, and if possible, please go for one-to-one mentoring session. And again, if you're going to uh, if you want to learn more about more, because we won't be able to cover everything in these five. We are just covering the basics of JavaScript. So please do enroll in the course to get professional JavaScript developer. DSA, I think I have answered my question for the DSA. You please do learn about DSA. It's going to help you down the line in your programmer journey as a software engineer. But I don't feel like it's necessary. And honestly, I don't feel like it's necessary to learn DSA to make anything. It's like trigonometry of programming, or we can say like trigonometry. No, it's like integration differentiation of for the PCM students in 10th and 10th class. Like we need to know it, but we won't be using it a lot. So that's the basic concept. Now, what is the use of console log? Console log is used to basically print the output in our log. I think I have answered this question yesterday also. Please visit my yesterday's lesson if you are finding anything difficult. Oh, okay. So this is the reason we use console to print anything here so that we can check our output. Extension in place. Basically, it's a AI extension. You can go with the tab 9. Basically, listen, I'm not telling you the real extension. Basically, if you are installing it, please first learn JavaScript and any kind of program language, because the AI extension, this basically AI assistant is going to learn your coding style. And if in any case you are not writing good code, then it's going to suggest you something that's not completely good. Like in case if I'm using num2, then it's automatically going to suggest me num3. So that's why if I write something like this, something random here and equals to this, and later down the line it's going to learn this. See, it's learning my thing. So that's why you have to learn coding, learn how to code properly first, then you can go with these kind of instruction. So how to take input from the user in JavaScript? You can use prompt basically to get the input. This function, basically I'm going to tell you about this function. So this is basically used to get the input from the user. How? Let's use a variable, and we are using const this time because I don't feel like user input is going to change. Input from user equals to prompt hello, and now let me refresh the page and we will get the prompt. And if I do something here, the value is stored in this variable and we can console log it. But but in the real JavaScript scenario, you are going to take input from the HTML, and we are going to use DOM manipulation to access those values that we are going to learn in this course. So please stick around. You are going to learn a lot of things. So here we got the user input 353. So I think you can. mm, Let me show you one more thing. So I think prompt is the only way to get the like user input, and another way is only you have to use the HTML that we are going to learn. So I think we have covered most of the doubt. So you are using AI for the JavaScript stuff. No, 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 no. That's why I was not telling about these things. You people are going to get confused. So it's basically not actually a JavaScript part. That's basically just extension. Please just ignore it for a while. It's just helping me to write me code. It's learning from me and it's doing the stuff that I would have done. So it's just because I'm not here to type stuff. I'm here to explain you things. That's why I'm not wasting my time while typing the stuff. That's why I'm using my AI, or if you want I can disable it. To join PGP. What is this actually? Program, I think. Any age limit or non-IT? I think non-IT background will work just fine. You don't need to have a computer science or IT degree to become a good developer. I have personally known a very good developers that those who have come with a BSc background, or some of them was also from medical background. All you need is a passion to learn, passion to do something. So only thing you need. to have your life is passion to do anything. So if you have passion to learn JavaScript and any, in this case, any kind of program language, if you want to learn to make something, please do visit our one-to-one mentoring session. It is going to help you a lot about deciding your future path. Sure extension, let's theme and name. Code with Ashu. I am going to post my extension list on the group. Okay, so please do join the group because I have a huge extension list. I have installed only Visual Studio Code. Okay, let me show you one more thing. If in case you're using Visual Studio Code, you have to install one extension. That action, live share, live server. Sorry, live server. Install this extension. This extension. Install it. We have a lot of extension here. Just install this live server, and then you are going to get a this where it is here you will get a something text like go live, and click go live to deploy your website just to show the output. This is how I am getting this output actually. Live, use live share extension. I'm going to make you understand this thing again, don't worry about it. And for the assignment, I'm going to share your assignment in the group. Okay, sir. Mm, mm, mm. In which place JavaScript use in HTML, the difference between Java programming and JavaScript. Uh, Arun, I think you should consider my yesterday's lecture. I have covered all these topics in my yesterday's lecture, and please do visit my yesterday. In which place? And for now, just use a script tag at the bottom of your HTML page to access the JavaScript. Sir, input will vary as the user will vary, so we should use let. No. Actually, thing is actually here is whenever thing is going to change in our program, when a variable is going to be changed in our program, in that case only we use let. And in case don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything, because once user have input given us an input, let me show it to you again. uh, and let me prompt the user to give the input. Prompt, enter your name. Okay, let me, and then let's hello. So hello, let me use simple concatenation here. Okay, let's make a, we have just understood hello is a string, and we can use plus to join the string, and this is how. Let me join one more string with a space so that we have a space between two string, and let me refresh it. My name is Sanjay, and let me, okay, so you got hello Sanjay, and now when you refresh, JavaScript is running again, it's restarting. So this thing is going to be vanished and restarted from initial stage. So in this case, const is never actually reassigning, its program is restarted. Don't get confused in const. That's why I was just using let, because if you want to understand these kind of deep concept, please do visit our group and sessions. And now I understand the use of Java and JavaScript and HTML. So please say the difference between Java and Java programming language. Java and Java programming language are two different paradigms. Please do visit my yesterday's lecture. So what is JS runtime? What we have to write this in this assignment one. And can you share your LinkedIn ID? Oh my God. uh, I want day one assignment. Please do check our group to get the day one assignment, and it was a very easy assignment. You just have to add numbers. How to declare a variable using where? Is there any difference between let and where? Vijay Singh, actually your question is related to little bit advanced JavaScript, and I will try to cover this part in this 5 day session. Just stick around. You are going to get your answer. In which sector you want to find? I'm a full stack developer. Let keyword and var keyword variable. No, let is a keyword, and no. Where is also a keyword that is used to define a variable name, like something num equals to 10. So it's also a keyword used to define a variable name. So earlier we used to use this where instead of let and const. Let and const was introduced in ES6 basically. So let me like recap you. Basically, JavaScript is just like as your mobile Android system have some versions like Android 11, 10, 12, 13, 14. Its programming language also have some versions, and each version there is some minor difference. So in older versions, JavaScript uses where keyword to define variables, but later uh, it was updated to let and const. Then we use let and const, and we can also use where to define a variable, but I would suggest you to use latest features, so just go with the let for now. This is called ESS syntax, and the previous syntax is called used to call ES5, and previous JavaScript. Java runtime refers to the where the JavaScript code is executing. Yes, Arun, you have said correct. JavaScript runtime. Please reply LinkedIn ID. I don't remember my LinkedIn ID because it's have some special characters. Where num2 all are variables. Yes, all are variables, but where is a keyword? Num1 is a variable. Num2 is a variable. Num3 is a variable. Anything, this part is a variable, and this is it's a just name. You can name anything. You can name a variable. So I was just naming the variable. This let me fix my spelling. So I was just naming it variable. Actually, the please don't get confused by that question of where. Actually, where is also a keyword, and we cannot use it as a variable name, because yesterday I told you, I think, some of the rules of naming variables. So that was the thing. And let me make another variable str string. Okay. Have you joined community? Please do join the community to get all your assignments, and there you can also ask some doubts. Where is used to declare a variable? Yes, but look, don't get confused between where and let. I'm going to tell you, don't move so fast. Look, if you're going to if you're going to move this fast, you may get confused. That's the reason I am going too slow and making you understand each and everything. Listen, just right now, most of your people got confused between where and let. So that's why I never introduce you about the where keyword, because I was waiting for the correct moment when you people can understand everything. Okay, and also about the const also, because one of you guy was got confused about the where. Okay, moving on. Let's we have till now we have heard about some of the data types: integer data type, string data type, and again I'm just going to use this let keyword to define variables. So let, and we got string, and let's try some more variables, more data type, sorry. Let's try some more data types, and some of these data, one of them is called, let me name it my way, and this thing is called array. It is also a kind of different data type, and it's called array. It's little bit different from another other data types, because in previous case, each data type is a kind of single value like 0, 1, 2, 3, true or false. Like it was true and it was false, so it's going to be Boolean. So it was Boolean in the case, and in case of 0 and any kind of number, it was a integer. And if there is a decimal place, we have some kind of decimal place, and then in this case it was a float. Like similarly we have a string, but in this case we have a collection of values. In this case we have a collection of values. We have collection of these three values. These values can be anything. Like let me make a collection of some values. Let's make it again. Array is a collection of values. To make a collection of values, just use square brackets. These are called square brackets. Okay, just use square brackets, and inside this you can define as much as value you want, and to separate two values, use comma. Okay, it can be anything. It can be a string, it can be true, false, it can be anything. So this is called array. Array is just a collection of bunch of values, so this is called array. And I just got a question from someone that what is the use of float. So listen to me. Sometimes there is a use to like define pi. Pi was again The value of pi was 3.14. So that's why this is basically a float value. So the and like if you want to calculate the area of something, so like let's calculate the area of a circle, area of circle. And what's the formula for the area of circle? Pi r square. Okay, so pi is going to be pi, and we are going to take radius of, let's take a radius, let radius radius equals to 5, and let's multiply radius. So in this case we are going to get uh, a decimal point, so that's why we used float here, and we are going to get answer of 78.5. So this is the use case of float. Okay, how to submit the assignment? Please do check our group for all these kind of details. But we define array as a collection of similar type of database. Okay, listen, Ayushi. Uh, I think you are going with some conventional definitions. If you are going with convention, then JavaScript is not a class-based language, but JavaScript uses class-based classes. So don't go with some traditional definitions. It Array is just a collection of values. It's just as simple as that. I think in your colleges or in your school they told you that array is a collection of similar values. Let me show you example. Okay, so it's an array of similar values 1 2 3 4 5. Let's just console.log it, arr, and I am naming this variable arr. It's nothing related to its data type. I can name it anything. It's my cool array. You can name it anything. Okay, it's my cool array, and let me console log it, and you get in a console a list of numbers, a collection of numbers, a list of numbers, or list of our values actually. 1 2 3 4 and 5, 1 2 3 and 4 and 5, and I can use any kind of data value like hello, and here I use true or false, and see, you will get exact same output. See, 1 2 3 4 true and hello. So arrays are just a collection of uh, just a collection of values. Sir, what is the useful of JavaScript? Basically, for this answer you should consider my previous lecture, but again I'm going to tell you the JavaScript is used for mostly for web development part, backend development part, mobile development, and anything that is related to any kind of stuff that is touched or have something part of the internet. You are going to use JavaScript. There is no running from JavaScript. I'm telling you it again. That means when we use JS array, that can contain different type of data. Yes, we can use an array that can contain different type of data types, but it's a good practice to use a single type of values. That's why, so that we can perform some kind of operations on them, but it's not necessary to have an array of same data types. Okay, I'm trying to make you understand each and everything. How to access the values of the array with the index. Okay, okay. Let me show you. Now our next point is I'm going to use const this time. Okay, I'm going to use const, and I have named a variable array and arr. Let me name it something else. Like you people really get confused easily with the name of the variable. My var is an array of 1 2 3 4 5 6, and to access by this by using this I was just able to access whole array. But what is the case if I just want to access anyone? I don't want to access whole 1 2 3 4 5. I just want to let me change it to something like a string abcd. Okay, abcd is going to be little bit, because later I'm going to explain you the concept of indexing also. Okay, so it's an array of strings A, B, C, D. Let me just console log it, and you got the list of A, B, C, D. To access any specific element from this array, all you need to use this. I'm going to tell you what we're going to use. You have to use this particular syntax. And what is this actually? Let's just console log it. Okay, just anytime you get just confused like what is this thing actually mean, take my advice, just log it. No matter how advanced your coder are, he is or she is just going to log it. It's our debugger basically. So here I got just single value a. Let me use 4 here, and we are just getting undefined in this case. And why, I'm going to tell you. Let us use 3, and here we got d. So basically each of this element have a particular index. An index is starting getting started from 0. So it have a index from 0, 1, 2, 3. So A have an index of 0, B have an index of 1, C have an index of 2, and D have an index of 3. And to access a particular value from the array, or an element from an array, we are just going to use that particular index. And to use that index, we just use the name of that particular array and use these square brackets and just write down the index number. And in this case, if I want to access B, then what is the index of B? 0, 1, 2, 3. So index of B is 2. So I'm going to use 2 here. And what I got here? Well, I just got 6, C. And what was the case? Because I just have told you that in programming, the counting starts from 0. To access the V, even if C is in the third place, but its index is 2 because 0, 1, 2, 3. So for the B, we have to use index number of 1. And let me refresh it, and we got B. So this is how we access any particular a single element from an array. And you can just perform any action on these elements. Let me show you an example. Let's make an array of numbers. Okay, now I just want to add the first element and the last element. For that, let me do simply this: my var index of 0 plus my var index of 2, because 3 have an index of 2. Now let me just log it. And we got 4. Why I have done this? Just to tell you that these individual elements are simple values. So that's why I have performed this particular action to show you. In the case of here, if I just use this hello world here instead of a number, then you are going to get, just remember, we are going to get a concatenated string 1 and hello. So I think you have got a little bit glimpses of array using this to debug and run your program. uh, Gopika, I'm using a extension called live server. Install this extension. After that, just make your 3 files, any number of files you want, and name your HTML file index.html, and you can write your HTML code here. And to join JavaScript with my HTML file, I have used a script tag and mentioned the path of the file. Basically it's hello.js. And after that I used you are going to get go live text here. Let me show it to you again. After that, you are going to get this go live in bottom of your VS Code. Just click it. Once you click it, you are going to get this your basically HTML is going to be running on this basically particular address, and now you can debug and use your code. So extension I'm using is uh, live server to debug my code. uh, you have shared an where pra prompt, please enter radius of a circle. Yes, Arun, as congratulations, you have just written a simple program to calculate the area of a circle. I'm proud of you. Let age console.log age. Nice. How to take input from the user in JavaScript? I have answered this question, Anup. You have to use prompt. I don't if had any difference. So sir, please tell me for that code with Ashu, please do join our one-to-one mentoring session, and you will get your answer there. Array in C++, Java, and collection of same data type, but because they are specific in the JavaScript. Okay. In the JavaScript, we have a array is a collection of just values, not a special data type. It's a list. Yes, it's a list. Basically, it's a list of values of data. Okay. Mm-mm. Yes, you can use let. It depends on you. Array is okay. In the case of array, you can use let or const as you want, because mostly we just don't like in the case of this particular array. Let me make an array. Sorry, it was an object. We can use const or let anything. You can use const or let, but there is only simple difference. When I have used const, I cannot reassign it. Like I cannot do like something like this. I cannot do this. It's going to throw me an error of reassignment of a error, reassignment of a constant value. But if I just use let here, then it's not going to throw me an error, and the value of my var is going to be changed. See, it's going to be changed. See, it's changed. Okay. Basically, this variable is a reference pointer. I will explain you these kind of advanced stuff in the course, because it's out of scope for this course to make you understand about the references. Console.log.error. Okay. Let me show you this thing. If you just console log a thing hello world, you get your output in the console tab in the this first panel. Okay, here. But if you use console.error, then you are going to get your output in this terminal. Let me refresh it. See, you are going to your output in this panel, error panel. So this is the case, and you will going to get your output in a red syntax. So we are going to use, and there is also a console.log warn, and it will change its color to yellow. So it's yellow, but mostly just use console.log, because console.log error and console.log warn have very specific use case. What is the difference between array and a constructor? Okay, Mir Hamad, I think it's a little bit advanced topic. Please do join our because for that I need to make you understand about the constructor. I think you are asking about this thing, const array. For everyone else, don't just ignore this line. I am just trying to answer the question of some person named Mira Ahmed. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I think you want to know the difference about these two. It's a little bit advanced concept. Please do visit our group and mentoring session, and if possible, uh, you to enroll in our course to understand. Slicing can be used. Slicing and pop and push and pop. I'm going to tell you these kind of thing. Is there any matter of single quote and double quote? No, there is no difference between single quote and double quote. It's completely on you what you want to use. I personally prefer single quote because I find it cleaner to write codes. But if you want, you can use double quote. Matter single quote. Slicing concept can be used. Where we have to use slicing concept? Which type of project we are going to be in this course? We are going to cover a JavaScript course. We are going to make a simple game to test your luck. Okay, it's a project, or maybe can do two projects. What is the use of alert? Alert is used to just show some data, some information. Let me show you an example of alert. Alert. Hello, no hello. Please be alert. Alter, I have written alert. So a use case of alert is this: to alert something on the on a web page. And okay, let's move to one next topic. So I think you understood about simple variables. Let me recap. Let me just recap in 5 minutes. It's a simple variable of data type string, basically integer. Sorry, integer, and it's a data type of string, and it's a data type of array. It's a collection of values basically, and some data, and it's a data type of float, a decimal one. and moving. Now we also know some of the arithmetic operators. Let me show you, let me throw you a cliffhanger that we also have some of these conditional operators. So what are these? So I have just told you about a data type called Boolean. Okay, so my equals to true or false. So any variable that have a value of true and false is called a, it's of data type Boolean. Boolean is can only be true or false. Okay, so in this case let me show you a simple example, and I think it's going to be your assignment to let me my where. Okay, 5 is greater than 10. Okay, so tell me, is it true or false? Is 5 is greater than 10 or not? It's actually false. So here, this operator, this basically operator, it's greater than or equals to whatever you want to call it. So this operator will perform operation on these two number and going to give an answer on the basis of true or false. So in this case, this operator is trying to evaluate that if 5 is greater than 10, so no, it's not. So it's going to give us a value of false. And for that, let's console log the myvar and let's see what we got. We got false, and let us turn it. There's also operator this one or this, and in this case, let's look. 5 is less than 10. It is less than 10. So we are going to get output of true. So we got output of true. So these are basically called conditional operators because they check the conditions of basically the perform actions operations on the basis of condition. Similarly, we have a equals to operator, and it's going to it's this operator, and these two things are different. Don't get confused by this particular equal and this double equal. These two things are completely different thing. It's a assignment operator because it's used to assign value to a variable. It's called assignment operator because it's assigning 0 to myvar. But let me show you. It's a equality operator because it is going to check the equality of two values around it. So that's why it's going to check the equality, and it's also going to return us with the value of true and false. If the values are around equals to, like these two values are going to be same, then it's going to return us a true response. Otherwise it's going to give us false. Let's check. So here we got true. Let me make it different number, and we are getting here false. So don't get confused about it. So till now we have just seen a glimpse of three conditional operators. This one, and also a equal one. And again, don't get confused by these two. These two look so familiar, but they are completely different operators. So like similarly, we have some more operators remaining, but I'm going to tell you about those operators while performing some more projects, basically while we are doing some more coding on JavaScript. So I think we have covered all the basic operators, but I have told you about these three operators today because tomorrow we are going to cover if and else. So that's why you need to come. I have just gave you a glimpse. Also going to explain you uh, these operators by a little bit more tomorrow, but today you should go and look forward about these operator. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. We are going to join you tomorrow again. Document object model, Taranjeet, we are going to learn about document object model DOM on our 4th day session, so please do stick around. Glad you hear that. Thank you so much for the confirm. It's showing 404 error. Meena Kandan. Okay, I'm going to tell you everything from the scratch about installing and this live server tomorrow. I have to do it from the scratch. I have to uninstall it first, and then I will show you all the steps how to do this. Can we use JavaScript in interface of web page? Yes, we are going to change the interface of web page using JavaScript. Just wait for one day. we are going to do it in fourth session. Stick to the current topics. Yes, yes, Taranjit, you have said a correct thing. Don't get to this like the big guns. Stick to the current topic. Many of you are getting confused because of if you are trying to know these advanced topics. Just stick to the current topic. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. And tomorrow we are going to I will join you tomorrow again. And tomorrow we are going to cover if and else, and this, and it's going to be a very interesting topic because we are going to make a simple login application where user have to enter email and password. And if the email and password are same, then we are going to access him some show him some good stuff. Otherwise, we are going to like console log, like please check your password. Okay, I hope you understand. Sorry about the camera. I'm going to fix this by tomorrow. Okay, so good evening, have a nice day. I think good night and have a nice day. Bye bye.